Looking for a hidden gem in the Balkans? Montenegro offers everything Croatia does: breathtaking beaches, rich history, and a vibrant culture. But without the crowds. From the stunning Bay of Kotor to the rugged mountains and charming villages, Montenegro is perfect for travelers seeking unique experiences in an untouched paradise. Come with me as we fly to Dubrovnik for a half day in Croatia before being transported to the equally beautiful Perast and Herceg Novi in the first part of my Week in Montenegro series. But first, how did we get here? I made it to the airport and we're here at the Napoli International Airport. My flight is at 10:30 and then I'll be in Dubrovnik soon and then to Montenegro. I'm so excited. I'm going to meet up with some people I met when I was in Switzerland. Alright guys, I made it past EasyJet bag custom people and now I'm just heading to go through security. After a short 1-hour flight in the morning, we arrived in Dubrovnik, where I got to explore a little before going on to my final destination, which was an hour drive to Herceg Novi, Montenegro. So I arrived in Dubrovnik. It was such a short flight from Naples, and now we have made it to Dubrovnik in the famous Walk of Shame stairs. Check this out. Dubrovnik is called the Pearl of the Adriatic and is a UNESCO World Heritage City. Around every corner you walk, you'll find a 7th century open-air museum for you to explore, from the ancient walls that you can walk along or enjoying amazing food like here at Moscar. But one thing to note is in Dubrovnik, Croatia, things are expensive. Like this black cuttlefish risotto I got, it was around 20 euros. But was super good, as you can tell. If you only have a day to explore Dubrovnik, I suggest you get the one-day Dubrovnik pass for 35 euros, which includes entry to the city walls, museums and galleries, the fortress, and public transportation. After exploring for the day, maybe you want to just have a drink and enjoy a view for sunset. Buza Bar is perched on a cliff and is literally accessed through a hole in the wall, which is what the name Buza means, hole in Croatian. After enjoying the Buza Bar, we headed to the Dubrovnik cable car, which takes you up to Mount Surd, a hill that offers breathtaking panoramic views of the Old Town, the Adriatic Sea, and the surrounding islands. At the top, you'll find a scenic viewpoint, a restaurant, and the Fort Imperial, a historic fort with a museum dedicated to the Croatian War of Independence. If you don't want to spend the 27 euros round trip, you can also drive your vehicle to the top. Alright guys, so we are here at the top of Dubrovnik. You can see there's a gondola that can take you up and down to the top here, but we drove. And it's such an amazing view of the walled medieval city of Dubrovnik. Check it now. It really is amazing that you can fly into Dubrovnik to be able to see the more expensive side of Croatia before heading into Montenegro, an hour and 10-minute drive, and we were in Herceg Novi, where I would be staying for the week. But while I made it there okay, my luggage definitely didn't fare so well. As you're gallivanting across Europe, running from planes, trains, and automobiles, and taking budget airlines that might treat your bags with a little care, I am so excited to bring you today's sponsor, Level 8, which make amazing luggage sets, and I just got their luminous textured luggage set. This is the carry-on here, and it's really nice and has a black textured cover on it, which is very durable, and they have these 360 wheels with the Level 8 logo on that spin every which way, so when you're running from your plane or trying to catch your flight, you will not miss it because your bag's holding you back. And not only that, they have these TSA locks and very easy zippers that open up to these compartments so you can store all your stuff very neatly, which is definitely necessary when you're traveling as much as I am. But I'm really excited today because not only are they having a sale October 8th and 9th, they're also creating a discount code for you to use that I'll link down below that'll give you an additional 5% off the already amazing deal. So excited, and really excited to share more about what Montenegro has to offer. So please follow along and check out that sale so you can support sponsors of today's video. The next morning we woke up early to go on a scenic drive from Herceg Novi to Perast along the Montenegro coastline, offering stunning views of the Bay of Kotor. Perast was established in the 14th century, and Perast was an important maritime town known for its shipbuilding and trade. Spending the day exploring the charming Venetian architecture is a must, as well as visiting Our Lady of the Rocks Island and enjoying fresh seafood on the waterfront at one of the many cafes. Alrighty guys, so we just took a road trip and we're heading around the Bay of Kotor to Perast. And right now there's the Lady of the Rock and then another monastery there that you can take a boat tour to, or like round trip. I think it's like €5, but maybe we'll go check that out. Alrighty guys, we made it to Perast, which is a beautiful town not far from Kotor, and I think about 20-minute drive. I haven't been there yet on this trip, but you can come here and kind of get away from all the cruise ships that are in Kotor. But here we are still in the Bay of Kotor, and there's beautiful hotels as well as restaurants lining the street. You can go see the Isle of St. George or Our Lady of the Rocks by taxi boat, which I'm definitely going to go check out. And also the St. Nicholas Tower right over here, you can climb up to the top. This place has been here since Neolithic times and is definitely a place that should be on your list when you come to Montenegro, and it seems super safe, honestly. First, visit the Church of St. Nicholas, a church built in the 18th century with stunning Baroque architecture and a bell tower you can climb to the top of before heading across the way to enjoy a boat ride to take you to Our Lady of the Rock Island. €5 round trip to Our Lady on the Rocks. And past a private island that we don't really know who owns, but it has the St. George's, like, this monastery. It's called St. George's Island. It's privately owned as well. Alright guys, I made it to Our Lady of the Rocks. Here you can come and tour the museum, which is also a church, and it costs €2 to go inside, €5 round trip for the ferry, and it is pretty inside, but it's pretty small as well. And what they'll do is describe to you about how the island was formed, and the legend says that the isle was made after centuries of local seamen who kept an ancient oath after finding the icon of Madonna and Child on the rocks in the sea. And on July 22nd of each year, and after each successful voyage, they laid a rock in the bay, and over time it gradually became what it is today. And it is a pretty solid thing. And they also say that fishermen, when they see ships or sink ships, they would just sink them with more rocks here. And yeah, that's how this island was formed in the Bay of Kotor right in front of Perast. Such an interesting story. I don't know how much you believe in it. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think it definitely was. It's an artificial island and they made it with rocks, but I'm wondering if there are actual like studies that there are ships below us. I don't know. But it's definitely an interesting tradition, and every July 22nd they lay rocks here still. So that's definitely interesting. After the hour drive to get here, as well as visiting the island, it was time for lunch. So we're eating at Chiavoga. I just got a latte, and we have the cutest dog here. Check this out. So cute. Doesn't want to be on camera. And Chiavoga means basically rowing in a circle. You come to Perast, there's a 1.5 kilometer long walkway that you can come and chill, grab food. We just went to one restaurant for lunch, and also just go and explore the side streets, because a lot of people just stay on the waterfront, but when you go up there you can explore some ruins. There's also some churches. They actually have 20 churches and 18 preserved palaces that were built during the Venetian period.
And yeah, they also have a museum here that you can go into in an old palace right behind me. And it's the Perast Museum. And you can learn all about the maritime history of Perast. And it used to have the first maritime school where a lot of European admirals would come here to like learn, I guess, to be seafaring men. And it also has the only church in the Adriatic Sea that is not church, the only artificial island in the Adriatic Sea. So that's something interesting, and you can come here and take a boat for €5 round trip to see it. But yeah, let's go continue on and explore.
After lunch, we decided to hike up for a view to the Fortress of St. Cross. This is definitely not something that's ticketed. You just walk up and kind of explore on your own, but the views here were definitely beautiful. After working up a sweat, it was time to take a swim in the Bay of Kotor, which can range from 62 to 69 degrees Fahrenheit in May, which is when I was in town. Finally, it was time to head back to Herceg Novi after a full day of exploring. Alrighty guys, that was such an amazing adventure. Perast is so dreamy and so beautiful, definitely nice for a day trip. I drove there from Herceg Novi, and the beautiful drive along the coastline was so amazing as well when we were coming back. But now I'm just gonna end the Perast vlog here and relax, and then take you on tomorrow's adventure. The next day, I decided to stay closer to Herceg Novi and explore the town as well as the nearby Savina Monastery, a 12th century monastery located 2 kilometers from Herceg Novi. Savina Monastery is beautiful with 3 main churches, including the Church of the Assumption being the oldest and showcasing exquisite frescoes that reflect Byzantine art influences in the area. The place was beyond beautiful, especially for photography, and was a peaceful respite compared to how busy Perast was the day before. Alright guys, so we're in the Savina Monastery, which is located not far from Herceg Novi, and it is quite beautiful. You can see some of it's falling in somewhat of disrepair, but these are really, really old monasteries, and you can see the design of the wood. Definitely takes a lot to upkeep this. And then when you walk outside, you come to probably one of the most beautiful graveyards. Right here is the Savina Monastery. You can see it's not far from Herceg Novi, like 15 minutes from where we're staying. And then you can also see the Savina Vineyard here. I don't drink, but it looks so beautiful with the Bay of Kotor right behind. It looks so nice today. I want to get in the water again. So we headed back in town for one of the main attractions in Herceg Novi. So we're here at Canli Kula, a bloody tower at the top of Herceg Novi, and it costs €4. And there's also a prison here. Herceg Novi was founded in 1382 by Herceg Stefan, and has a rich history marked by the strategic coastal position. The bloody tower is part of the city's fortifications, which was built in the 15th century and earned its name due to its dark past, which you can learn about in a film that they show in the tower. The tower was used as a prison where executions took place, and today it stands as a reminder of the city's turbulent history and offers visitors a glimpse into the medieval past, and also has an amazing view of Bay of Kotor. Hey guys, we're at the Canli Kula Tower, which means bloody tower, and this has been used as a strategic fortress right here at the entrance of the Bay of Kotor. From the moment Herceg Novi was made, this was a very important place. But yeah, the Bloody Tower was called a Bloody Tower because they kept a lot of prisoners here, and for 2 centuries the Ottomans had ruled this place, and they weren't known to be the nicest rulers. Wow, if you see the drawings, those are drawings from probably some nails, but there were old carvings as well. The video said where people would put their ships or their like stuff about their life.
into the wall.
Finishing at the tower, we headed to Herceg Novi's main square, a vibrant area where there are shops, cafes, and a clock tower dominating the square that was built in the 19th century.
So when we came and originally arrived, we came on the street, and it's so cool. It leads up from the main square to here. And then when you get here, you can come to Pub Got, and then the pub right up the road had some live music, which was pretty lively actually on a weekend night. And then we ate at a restaurant around the corner too. It was pretty nice. But yeah, this is like the main little area, Herceg Novi, where you can go to some bars and listen to some music.
It was time for an afternoon pick-me-up, and we went to the Cittadella Cafe and Bar located right on the waterfront with amazing views of the beach in Herceg Novi. Herceg Novi is truly a hidden gem in Montenegro especially, and the water was so clear and blue. You can even take a boat tour that takes you to the blue caves here in Montenegro. But we decided to take a walk along the waterfront where they had a malecon that stretched along the waterfront. Finally, it was time for lunch with a view at Gradska Kafana. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but it was beautiful and had amazing pizza, as well as a great view. When I first arrived in Montenegro, I was immediately charmed by the laid-back vibe of Perast and Herceg Novi as compared to Dubrovnik. Perast stole my heart with its serene waterfront and stunning baroque buildings, and Herceg Novi with its colorful squares and lush greenery made me want to wander for hours soaking in the history as well as the sun on the beach. But you don't have to worry about there being no nightlife because Porto Novi nearby has concerts in the summer and spring, which definitely packed a punch in terms of a good time, which I witnessed firsthand my second night when we went to Porto Novi after dinner to enjoy a concert from a local artist. I cannot wait to share more about my amazing week in Montenegro, and hopefully it will convince you to visit one of the jewels of the Balkans that is so underrated. As always, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments and subscribe so you don't miss the next adventure. Also hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video.